5 harrowing emergency landings caught on tape. Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Massive Phenomenon. 5. Qantas Flight 72. As the 7 News Spotlight video concerning the November 7th, 2008, Qantas Flight 72 indicates, the airliner was on its way from Singapore to Perth when Captain Kevin Sullivan, a former Top Gun pilot in the US Navy, was alerted that the autopilot had disconnected. This alarm was followed by contradictory stall and overspeed warnings. Then, the airliner began to pitch violently down. As Sullivan put it, the aircraft's automation was trying to kill us. As the airplane plummeted toward the Indian Ocean, passengers and flight attendant Fuzzy Mayava, who were not strapped into their seats, were thrown against the ceiling. 2 were rendered unconscious. All were pinned in place. Sullivan released his control stick, and the plane righted itself, causing Fuzzy and the unrestrained passengers to fall from the ceiling. The primary flight computer, the automatic brake, the auto trim function, and the third trim had also failed. Over 100 passengers were injured, some severely. Sullivan decided to land at nearby Learmonth, a Royal Australian Air Force base. 4. Asiana Airlines Flight 214. On July 6, 2013, with 292 passengers on board, Asiana Flight 214 was completing its overnight journey from Seoul to San Francisco when the pilots were alerted that the aircraft, a Boeing 777-200ER, was dangerously low. The pilot in training, Lee Kang-koo, and his trainer, the pilot in command Lee Jong-min, tried to ascend, but it was too late. Short of the runway, the plane struck the ground and its tail was ripped off. The front part of the aircraft skimmed along the runway before coming to an abrupt halt. Were fire to spread from the burning engine to the fuel tanks, the airplane could explode. There was no slide, but evacuating passengers were able to climb down the fuselage. Firefighters fought the blaze and tended to injured passengers. Although there were contributing factors, the National Transportation Safety Board determined that there were several probable causes of the accident, 2 crucial ones of which were the flight crew's mismanagement of the airplane's descent during the visual approach. 3. Flying Tiger 923. Engine number 3 of the Flying Tiger, a 73-ton Lockheed 1049H Super Constellation, with 76 passengers on board, was on fire, spitting flames and bits of molten metal as an alarm bell clanged. Captain John Murray ordered the discharge of an extinguisher. The September 23, 1962 crisis had been averted, or so the passengers and crew had thought. In fact, as Eric Lindner writes, flight engineer Garrett had forgotten to close the number 3 engine firewall. This oversight triggered a chain reaction of equipment failures, and the airplane lost 2 of its 4 engines. Nearly 1,000 miles, 1,609 kilometers from land, the Flying Tiger had no alternative but to ditch into the Atlantic Ocean. Impact would feel like crashing onto a cement runway, a Popular Mechanics article observed. It didn't help when rain started, obscuring visibility, especially since Murray would have to ditch between waves. 2. US Bangla Flight 211. According to the final report concerning the March 12, 2018, accident involving US Bangla Flight 211's Bombardier Q400 aircraft, the aircraft's pilot, Abid Sultan, probably experienced disorientation and a complete loss of situational awareness. As a result of the crash landing, all 4 crew members and 45 out of the 67 passengers aboard the aircraft were killed, and more succumbed to injury later in hospital during the course of treatment. The report also found other contributing factors, including dangerous attempts to align the aircraft with the runway at very close proximity and very low altitude, without any prior attempt to execute a go-around, even though such a maneuver appeared to be possible until the last instant before touchdown on the runway. A Smithsonian Channel video indicates that near the conclusion of the 90-minute flight from Dhaka to Nepal, the airplane flew past the Kathmandu airport toward the mountains. 1. United Airlines Flight 232. The explosion of the DC-10 aircraft in service to the July 19, 1989, United Airlines Flight 232, as it headed from Denver to Chicago, severed the airplane's hydraulic lines, disabling flight controls. Captain Alfred C. Haynes, First Officer William Records, and Second Officer Dudley Dvorak eventually stabilized the aircraft by adjusting the thrust of the one working engine on each wing. An off-duty flight instructor among the 284 other passengers and the 11 crew members on board joined them in the cockpit to operate the throttles. They'd attempt to land at Sioux City, Iowa. As the Des Moines Register's understatement declares, it was not a happy landing. The flight crew was unable to reduce speed, and the aircraft's right wing, clipping the runway, caused a fuel spill. The airplane broke into 4 pieces, the main part of the burning wreckage sliding into a cornfield. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them.